Hello, this video is for teachers. I know that at least 50% of my viewers are over the age of 20, and consequently there may be many of you out there who are teachers. And I've just written a book about improving your teaching called The Slightly Awesome Teacher. And this is the cover that the publishers have sent me. Wasn't what I was expecting at all. The whole premise of The Slightly Awesome Teacher is that you don't have to be a superhero in order to be really good at teaching. In fact, you don't really have to be awesome. You don't have to work all the hours God sends. And it's really a self-help book that teaches you how to get great results for your students, but without killing yourself and slaving away at a job you feel you can't do and being constantly told by the media and parents and senior leadership teams that you're inadequate. Well, the message of the book is that you're not. And the other message of the book is that you can have a really powerful impact with some small changes. And I think that's where the publishers got the idea of power here. And it's obviously linked to being awesome. But does it overstate the case? It's certainly a dramatic cover. But the feedback that I've given the publishers so far is that it's something that would attract males, but probably alienate female teachers who might see it as rather dictatorial. So if you have a view, please just drop a comment below the video down here. I'd be really grateful. The other reason I think the publishers have gone for that image is that I begin each chapter slightly tongue-in-cheek with a quotation from Arnold Schwarzenegger. The main theme of the book is that if we look at schools in a slightly different way, from a different perspective, we suddenly start to see lots of things that will help us. And part of the way that I do that is by trying to rehabilitate the image of Arnold Schwarzenegger, a childhood hero of mine. He turns out, as we go through the book, in many cases to be a thoroughly decent human being with a few rather large failures. And that's, if you like, a metaphor. You don't have to be the superhuman sort of figure as portrayed by Arnold Schwarzenegger in films. But actually, when you look at what he's achieved in his life, that is something that we can do as teachers. And it's a gentle sort of humorous message that comes at the beginning of each chapter. It's also linked to the fact that I used to enter strongman competitions, but in keeping with the theme of this book, that you don't have to be awesome, my official title is only Swindon's second strongest man, so only slightly awesome. The theme of that introduction is to try and personify how you don't have to be awesome to have a big effect. And then probably the most important theme of this book is that I'm not going to show you lots of ways that I've taught. That would seem to me just to be a little bit self-indulgent. Instead, I've gone through what the research says about each of these topics and then tried to show you what that would actually look like in the classroom of lots of different subjects, of lots of different teachers. So I hope it proves to be a really, really useful book. As you can see, there are a huge number of chapters. You don't have to read them in order. You can just dip into the ones that you like. And the further up the list you go, the more impact research says it has. And then finally, there's actually a self-help bit which tells you exactly what you want to do to be slightly awesome. And I really hope it's worth buying just for this back page. So it's a checklist of all the things that you can do under each category, very, very simply, in order to have a profound effect on your students. And that's your checklist. If you know you're doing those things, you cannot fail to get great results from your students without working any harder. I hope that's a message that teachers will like. And if you'd be interested in the book, please subscribe. It's going to be published in June, I hope. Thank you very much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the future.